Okay, so hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So this month it is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month, and in case you're new to my channel, I have cystic fibrosis, so definitely trying to talk about as much as I can this month. But today I wanted to share a little quick and short little book review, but also a shout out to this book, because this is a book I think that everyone should read. The book I wanted to talk about is Salt in My Soul, An Unfinished Life by Mallory Smith. And Mallory had cystic fibrosis. She is someone who kept a diary, kept journal entries, like tons and tons and tons of it. And she gave her mom access to her journal and diary and all that before she passed away, and wanted it published as a book once she had passed away. So her mom went through her mom and her family, but they went through all of her journal entries to create this beautiful, beautiful book. My battery is flashing, so I'm going to hope that this does not die while I'm doing this. But if it does, I'll just change the battery. Anyways, continuing on. But this is such a personal book where she talks about her struggles with CF, all the way from, gosh, what were the years again? From 2008, when she was 15, to to 2017. And it even has notes in here of the mom's thoughts and contributions to the book as well. But it's extremely personal, things that she shares about. Like, she is brutally honest about the truths of cystic fibrosis and the effects it had on her mental health and physical health, but like friendship status and relationship and everything like that, and school and college, like everything. And it was honestly, this was a book it took me a long time to actually read. This book, it's reality. It is reality for me and reality for so many other people that I know who have cystic fibrosis. And I knew that when getting this, that it may be hard for me to read at times, just because it's a lot of things that I too struggle with or think about or things like that. Mallory, I knew of Mallory. I did not personally know her, but I had friends who were friends with her, and not just like social media friends, like in-person friends. And I always heard them talk about her all the time, and I know the impact that she had had on her life. So I feel like I kind of knew her because of everything that my friends had shared about me, because of everything that my friends had shared to me about her. But there are a lot of personal struggles in it that she shares that I've gone through as well. So because of that, it took me a while to read this. I would have it sitting on my bookshelf for a long time, but this year I finally finished it, and it was an emotional roller coaster for me, I'm gonna be honest, but it was like a healing process as well of different things that I've experienced. I would say it was very odd reading this book at times. By the way, I'm not gonna fully go in depth about it because I just think people should go and read it. I don't do spoilers when I do book reviews. There are certain moments where it was weird reading this book because she would mention certain people, certain doctors, or lots of stuff, and I knew who those people were. So that was really weird for me to read about and to hear about, and then to hear her talk about things that she had conversations with these people, and then those people had told me about that a long time ago. So it was very like a little deja vu, but it was a little trippy to read sometimes, which I know some people who have read this book haven't experienced moments like that. They're like, oh my gosh, just yeah, like you should read this. But I'm like, yeah, I know who she was. But I mean, she was truly such an incredible person, and she inspired me. Even though I didn't have the chance to know her in person, I would follow her journey on social media, and I thought she was just an amazing person, and I definitely looked up to her. I still continue to look up to her. She left a lasting legacy here on earth, and her book is just amazing, and I highly recommend it for anyone to read. It shares those vulnerable aspects of cystic fibrosis, things that I don't even talk about to many people, and things that I've... Oh my gosh, there's a bird on the... Go away! There's a bird right there! Wow, that scared me. Anyways, there's just a lot of vulnerable truths in this book, and it was really beautiful to read. So I just want to thank Mallory and her family for this book. A few of my CF friends have talked about it recently, and we're both in agreement. There's so many beautiful moments, heartbreaking moments, hard moments to read, but also very beautiful moments in this book as well. I wish I could pick out a quote in here that I liked, but I mean, there are so many things in this book that I really loved, and it was definitely a roller coaster of emotions when I read this book. So thank you for putting her story out there even more and leaving this legacy to touch other people's lives. And I know the impact that she had on a lot of people, and she was just truly inspiring. So with Cystic Fibrosis Month starting to come to a close, I just really want to emphasize that if you haven't heard much about cystic fibrosis, if you haven't read much about cystic fibrosis, honestly, please go read this. It will definitely give you a different perspective, but to anyone who's looking for a new book to read, I highly recommend. With my camera starting to get a little hot from the sun, and the other battery just died, so I had to put in a new one. I think where I had stopped talking was a perfect place to end it. Also, my camera is very hot, and I'm currently holding it, and it's not on the tripod. So with all that said, please go check out this book. It is a beautiful book. You can also hear more about what it was like creating this book for her family. They've given TED Talks. I'll link those below. Go listen to those as well. But that is it for today's video, and thank you for all the support that you've given me over the past few years, but also this past CF Awareness Month. I think it's been a great CF Awareness Month, honestly. But thank you all for your support, and go read this book, go check it out, and I hope you learn a little bit more about cystic fibrosis, and I hope you are able to learn something new or learn more about CF this past month. So with that said, I'll talk to you guys next week, and thank you so much for watching today's video. Bye.